Hi, all. It's Catherine Burgess with Burgess Group Compass. We are talking about local real estate headlines, and then we're going to get into the nitty-gritty. Nationally, we are putting that aside for this week, for the most part, because we've got a lot of stuff to get through locally. So, getting started. The headlines are that inventory is rising, demand is coming down, but we are still above, just a hair above those pre-pandemic levels. So we are not seeing a tremendous plunge in buyer demand. So looking more seriously at what these numbers are, we had 155 new listings come to market last week. That's pretty much in alignment with the last 4 years. 88 properties went under contract. That's low, on the low end of normal for what has been normal in the last 4 years. Our month supply of inventory is rising. We'll get back to that. Our year-to-date under contracts remain low. So we are below where we were at this time in 2020 after 2 months of shutdown. So overall, our transactions are lower. That had been because inventory was down. Now it is because we are also seeing a decrease in buyer demand. So what we're going to talk about a little bit more in depth today is the total inventory of homes for sale. That is different from a month's supply of inventory. So the month's supply of inventory tells us about the absorption rate. How quickly can, if we were to have no more sales happen, how long would it take for all the homes that have just come to market sell? How long would it take for those sales to happen? So what our inventory of homes tells us is what is the total number of homes that are for sale in the market. So right now, at the end of May, we had in Boulder County 476 homes for sale or properties for sale, and in the city of Boulder, 199. Now, if you look at the numbers for the lows for the last 4 years, 2018 through 2021, those lows typically were in the end of December, January, February, when people just haven't started the market again yet for the new year. And our numbers right now are approaching, they're very close to some of those lowest numbers of inventory for the last 4 years. In contrast, so that you get a feel for what has been happening with inventory when it's been more robust, in 2019, we had the high point in the last 4 years, and that was in the end of August. There were 1,309 properties in Boulder County and 577 in the city of Boulder. So you can see that our current inventory is really considerably lower than the highs for sure, and it's barely approaching the lows. So all that is to say that sellers, there is still room for your property to come to market. It has to be prepared right and priced right. But we are seeing things when they are in alignment on location, condition, and price, they sell really well still. So demand is above the pre-pandemic levels, but at this point, buyers are pickier, they are slower, so the pace of the market is something that you need to expect a little bit of change on also. So then with regards to the activity by price band, thankfully we've seen some sales in the high end of our market. Every portion is reflecting that there is more inventory coming to market than people going under contract. So that's not a bad thing given our overall health of our market. The most important part in that activity by price band chart right now is really those price changes. Last week we had 68, which was the highest that we've had so far this year. And that represents 14% of those total 476 properties that we have for sale in Boulder County. So that's not a small number, and it just reflects that sellers have put some aggressive prices out there, and they need to be realistic on what the market is going to carry. Please be sure to take a look at our blog to see some really interesting info about the way that things sell nationally in high fire risk areas versus low fire risk areas. And if you have questions about this, we're getting really into the details, feel free to be in touch. Anyone on our team is an expert on this. And we will see you again in 2 weeks Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks.